What is the most difficult aspect of your job in political risk analysis?
I think it is being client relevant, in the sense that we are often dealing with clients who are looking at very different countries, different regions, doing different kind of trades, and also employing different kind of time frames. So the ability here of the request from the analyst side is to be client relevant, so you need to discern immediately what are the interests of the clients in front of you, and once you have done that, then you can try to succeed in being helpful to them.
So I would definitely agree with what Wolfango said. I would add that very often it's very difficult to understand the trends that really matter and the trends that potentially can change the trajectory of a country or a region or political development from the trends that end up just being rumors. And the myriad of inputs that we receive every day, that is probably the most difficult aspect.
What roles do empirical data versus theoretical models play in your advisory capabilities?
Well, it's definitely a combination of a heavy reliance of local sources, consultants on the ground, retained subcontractors, especially in emerging markets, but increasingly in developed markets. It's extremely important to understand the hidden forces at play, the links between the business community and the political establishment, what happens behind the scenes. And in order to do that, we definitely need to combine theoretical analysis with a heavy presence on the ground.
I agree with Filippo. The thing about the theoretical models, I think they can be helpful in two different ways. First, in terms of trying forecasting the long-term structural changes. So that is where theory can be helpful in trying to discern this long-term movement that could result in something like the Arab Spring, like we have seen over the past few months. Secondly, they can be helpful when you are trying to forecast, again, something more long-term, generally meaning bespoke reports for corporate clients. I don't find theoretical models being very helpful when you're trying to do the day-to-day coverage that, for example, seems to be the most important one for lots of the financial markets clients.
Both of your presentations gave extensive outlines of political risk hotspots for 2012. What do you see as the one key theme or problem in international risk to look for in the coming year?
I think it's the issue of political leadership in places like the United States, in the Eurozone, specifically whether the politicians they will get up to speed in terms of dealing with the huge debt crisis that the Eurozone and the US is facing, and also the issue of political leadership in managing the transition in lots of the countries in the Middle East. So the key question here that investors will be looking for is whether these political masters will be able to deliver the outcomes the market is expecting.
And well, in our opinion, along the same lines, and especially from an operational point of view, I think the key risk would be waves of social unrest in both developed and developing countries, and very often helped by sort of widespread use of social media. And from an operational point of view, this is what clients would be most concerned for in 2012.
Thank you.
Pleasure.